What's up, guys? It's Paladin Null. I'm here with my friend CPQ.
Hi.
And welcome out to another episode of Danganronpa, Trigger Happy Havoc.
Erect scrubs.
Nani?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair.
That's right. We learned this last time.
Watch out for her.
Whoever it is has her body.
Do you think that she's actually... So you think she looks like Mukuro right now?
I think she has Mukuro's body, yeah.
Ah. Kyoko told me to watch out for her. Mukuro Ikusaba. That was 3 days before the next incident. 3 days before we would be faced with another murder. 3 days before the worst thing so far would reveal itself.
She about to die. Yeah, she's
100-mile dash.
Oh,
Pain of a
okay.
junk food junkie.
Right.
That was Aoi's name, yeah.
Yeah.
In the meantime, the day after Sakura's class trial, that morning in the dining hall. So, let's begin the usual post-trial investigation. Hey, you didn't make small talk or anything. We never just get straight to the point like that. If you want to keep up with me, you must refrain from pointless small talk. Jeez, how high is that horse of yours?
Well?
He just acts like that to hide his own insecurities. That's what I like to think, anyway. Regardless, if you want to defeat the mastermind, you need to follow my lead. They creep around the school like a mouse, but the mastermind's pride is as bloated as a cow's udder.
In the name of my family.
And no matter what it takes, I will rid this world of them.
Huh?
Hey, Toko, you've been pretty quiet. And you're so boring now. Just sit there like a mushroom. Gonna start calling you Miss Mushroom.
What's your deal?
She didn't snap back at you. Her talking makes things difficult, so I told her not to open her mouth without permission. What? But if she can't open her mouth, she can't eat or drink water. I don't care.
How about that?
You're okay with that, Toko? Geez, how low is that rock you're hiding under? I believe this is the small talk Byakuya warned us against.
Come on.
And yet, I let myself get involved. But it is now finished. I will never allow you to drag me down to your level again. Let's go. We're going to begin our search. Stop running your mouths and start moving your legs. Pressured by an obviously irritated Byakuya, we all started our exploration. All the fun characters are dead.
I know.
Like, the only two fun characters left are Aoi and Hiro. Aoi's about to die, Hiro will be next, and we're just gonna be left with the shit characters, and I'm not gonna want to play this game anymore.
Yeah, same. Not excited.
Like, at that point, the only character worth playing for will be Kyoko.
Yeah, and Kyoko is not going to be the last one alive.
No.
Kyoko's
Now,
gonna
if they
die
bring...
as soon as we find the...
It will be worth it again if...
16th
It will be worth it if and when they bring back Junko.
Yeah, when?
But, like, we gotta get there first.
Yeah. God, how long is it gonna be?
How long is what's going to be?
Till Junko comes back.
No clue, because we gotta get the 16th student and then something else. We're not sure what else. We've already explored the 4th floor. Now there's the mystical 5th floor. Woo! So here I am, on the 5th floor of Hope's Peak Academy. 5th floor has been open to us. And it's totally different from all the floors we've seen up till now. It does look very nice. This is a very, like, nice room. For some reason it feels unpleasant. What are you talking about? Do you not like Art Deco? Let's see what the boards say, because all the chalkboards say something on them.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Got some giraffe pictures.
Nighttime secrets no more. He's so dirty.
Well, I don't like that shit.
Junko's drawing all of these pictures.
I'm convinced of it.
At this point, Junko's definitely the one
Oh, yeah.
just running up and down the hall, writing all of these pictures.
Got some zebra print. Okay, okay.
Wait up, I'm gonna punish you. Makoto, haha, catch me if you can. Oh, hey, Toko. Gross. You want to talk to me about something? Toko, what's wrong? Trying to say something? Think she's almost just a little more and I might get it. Sorry, but I have no idea what you're trying to tell me. She let her shoulders drop. She looks so sad. I guess she gave up. Literally won't talk because Byakuya asked her not to. She is full whipped.
Oh, yeah.
It's like Cool Whip, but significantly dumber. Yeah, we. Floor feels different compared to all the others. I'm not sure what it is. Is there some reason for that? I hope it's not anything too creepy. Oh,
my God.
fuck. Eye for an eye. The hell is this? The grotesque horror of the room struck me hard and fast. What I saw wasn't bad enough, but what I smelled, it was sour, pungent, and possibly rank. It smells awful, doesn't it? It must be at least vaguely familiar to you. After all, you've been around all your fair share of corpses. Are you saying it's the smell of death? That flesh and fat and blood. No surprise in his voice, no shock. But he was right. I had experienced this smell more than once before. It was the smell of death and despair. Good? What are you doing?
Let's see if there's still any food. Because I might want it. Oh, there is still food in there. Cool.
What is it?
It's my pumpkin part.
Ah. Monokuma must have... What, my fault again? Stop trying to blame everything on me. If you hadn't done what you did, this never would have happened. No, it's quite the opposite. The opposite?
This
Yep.
is the incident.
Let me give you an itty-bitty, iggy, squiggy little hint. As far as this room goes, I don't know a thing. I just left it exactly how I found it. What?
Yes, indeed.
How's that for a hint? Other than those stupid hints you get from NPCs in those mean old RPGs. But it's pretty scary, huh? That is my phone. Why is it not on silent?
What up?
Of course, even in the outside world, people die bloody, gruesome deaths every day.
I can't wait.
So it's not really a big deal. Just keep your chin up and keep on living, soldier. What are you talking about? He just left it the way he found it? What's the meaning of all of this?
See what you can look at.
Body outlines. Wet chalk outlines drawn all over the floor. How many bodies were there? See this kind of thing on detective shows and stuff like that. You always see it at the scene of a murder. Wish I could say I don't believe it.
In shows you do. In real life, they do that real quick drawing because that person's still alive and you gotta take them to the hospital.
Yeah.
So you draw where they were.
Yeah, it's usually not during a murder that the person does the whole, like, body thing.
Yeah, they only do that when they're taking someone to a hospital or when they're recreating the scene.
Yep. I want to shut my eyes forever against such a ghastly sight. It appears all the bloodstains are dry, and the color has changed as well. I think it's safe to assume these stains are considerably old. This is all really blood? Of course. I wouldn't find it interesting otherwise. You sick fuck. And it is interesting, I assure you. What on earth happened in this classroom? Seems like he's enjoying himself. No way I can keep up with someone like that. Let's go. Let's go. I don't want to be in this room anymore. That's fucked up.
Either. Ah.
Raw! Rattle, rattle. Biolab. Biolab that we're forbidden from seeing into. Kind of sounds like something out of an old cheesy horror movie. Sunroom.
Oh, this is lovely.
That plant's gonna kill
I
somebody.
was about to say, someone's gonna put somebody in that.
That is like the 3 different forms of carnivorous plant in one.
Yep.
You've got the these things.
Spores.
You've got the spore ones, you've got the actual like fly traps, and then you've got the sweet bells. Literally all 3 different types of carnivorous plants.
Yo,
At first I thought they were some blue skies, but it turns out they just painted the walls and the ceiling.
you know?
But the plants are all real. It's been a while since I've smelled vegetation. It helps me relax.
What the heck?
It's not what you're thinking, is it? Huh? Why is that bad? Don't you get it? Don't you realize the true horror of plant life? It's there, just beneath the surface. Beneath their calm exterior, they're always watching and waiting. When they decide they can't leave us in charge of Earth anymore,
The end is nigh.
they'll put their plan for global human extinction into action. Isn't that what happened in The Happening?
Well,
I thought it was the incident that happened.
The Happening is a movie.
Oh, I thought you were talking about whatever happened in this school
No.
for them to shut it down.
No, The Happening is a movie about plants causing people to go insane.
Oh.
At least I think it is. If you're sure, I'd like to take a look in that tool shed. Sharp objects, wonderful.
Of course.
This place seems totally disorganized, from a lawnmower to fertilizer, flower pots to farm tools. Leaning against the back wall, is that a pickaxe? It most certainly is. Crazy diamond! Ha ha ha! It's a JoJo's reference.
Well, all right.
Crazy diamond? I feel like I remember seeing that somewhere. Monokuma lawnmower. We're actually gonna take care of this lawn. Nice coin. Oh, right, that's right. We also have 106 fucking nice coins. What else can I look at in here?
The hose.
Never waste your diamonds on a hoe. There are different kinds of gardening tools here. Are they trying to get us to become self-sufficient? Pots. So many flower pots. Big ones, little ones, any size you might need. Maybe I'll grow some flowers and put in my room. And then the fertilizer. Bags of fertilizer are piled up. There's so many different kinds to choose from. Coin. That's everything in this room.
So what can we check out in the garden? Anything?
Let's find out. I can actually check out the giant plant. What is this? This thing is super weird, super creepy. Flowers aren't supposed to get this big. That thing real?
Watch out!
That's a Monokuma flower. I came up with the name myself. Try and touch it, and you're in for some real excitement. Your heart's all like, whoa! And the plant's all like, snap! And your flesh is all like, blur, I'm dead. In other words, it's a monstrosity. It's pretty freaking amazing if I do say so myself. A student at Hope's Peak Academy Hope's Peak added improvement after improvement and created this miracle creature. The ultimate botanist. Although they don't go here anymore. They died during the tragedy.
Actually,
By the way, despite how it looks, that flower is super practical. It can eat paper, plastic, even people. So it's totally good for the environment.
So that's where he's been putting the bodies.
Such an eco-friendly creation is vital for the future growth of a healthy society. Not that I know anything about that myself. Spouting more and more nonsense, Monokuma eventually disappears. Whatever it is, I'd better keep my distance. Coin. That's gonna be used in a murder.
Yep.
Yeah. I am tired for no real reason. Is that a chicken coop? What's a chicken coop doing here?
Are there chickens in there?
There are chickens!
Chickens!
This place even has chickens, huh? They're just regular chickens, right? Like, they don't eat people or lay bombs instead of eggs or something crazy like that. It seems safe.
Check out each chicken.
It's chicken. It's not gonna, like, lay a bomb, is it? It's not expected to be fed like humans, is it? It's chicken. It really is, right? Like, I can say that for sure. It's a chicken. It's really alive, right? There's no mistake. It's chicken. Doesn't have like a second form, right?
That was all fun. I like that.
That's all there is to the chickens.
I like the
It's just a chicken. Sometimes the door's the door. Oh, you like chickens too, Makoto? Yeah, I love these little guys. They're seriously cute, right? And there's exactly 5 of them here. Exactly? 5. You know, another guy comes after 4 before 6. At least in terms of natural numbers. Anyway, whenever the number 5 pops up, that's a good omen. Contains the mysteries of the cosmos.
At least 30% right.
It's a number of power. A refreshing number on par with hand-squeezed all-natural lemonade.
at least 30% right.
He never lets me get a word in edgewise.
And the red box.
Some kind of control panel set near the wall. Does it control the air conditioning or something? It's for the sprinklers! Sprinklers? Yeah, it controls the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off every morning at 7:30. But you dare change it without permission. Of course, the settings panel is locked, so you couldn't change it if you wanted to. All important information so far.
Definitely. We're
So-
gonna know what time someone was.
Hey, Paranoia.
Hi.
So that means the sprinklers go off at 7:30 a.m. every morning? Yep, you got it. It's super user-friendly, which sucks. So if you get here too early, you'll get drenched. So watch yourself. But you're not a little kid, right? You're too old to go running through sprinklers anyway. Or do you have some kind of water fetish?
I'm gonna need you to not.
I'm gonna tell everyone.
Yep, that's definitely gonna be used in the time of murder.
I think that's everything we can do in here then. Aside from camera and monitor, which we just don't care about anymore. All that's left is the dojo. The dojo.
Sakura would have loved this.
The target seems pretty far away, gotta say. I'm proud of my eyesight. I mean, it was the entire Atlas background, so like,
Yeah.
yeah, if that all counts as one thing. Even though this room is totally enclosed, there's a cherry tree planted here, and it's in full bloom.
Hey,
Oh boy, there's a clip.
Uh-oh.
Quite elegant. This is what you consider elegant?
indeed.
I lived overseas for a long time, so this kind of Japanese-style scenery is refreshing. Considering our situation, isn't it kind of out of place? It's a straw post used for sword practice. They use it for training here too?
5 lockers here too. How many of us are left? There's 5 of us left,
There's
right?
6 lockers.
Oh, there's 6 lockers. Okay.
There's 5 of us plus another student, right?
You're right.
There's a bunch of wooden lockers in here. Wooden lockers and keys remind me of super old school public bathhouses. Good armor is on display. It's extremely Japanese. Uncomfortably Japanese! Is that a bird? No, it's not. I get the same response. Yeah. What do you have to say? What Kyoko told me yesterday. What the heck did it mean?
Mikuro
There are 16
Ikusawa,
students in the school. Best plot twist.
the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
I bet I'm all yawny today because I didn't actually have sodas at lunch. My body is so used to like my regimented schedule of caffeine induction that like I got home and my arms were tired, my head was foggy, and I got very sleepy. And I was just like, what's happening? I was like, really? Is it really gonna get me because I didn't have a Coke at lunch? I'm not going to say anything. I can't say anything. If I narrowed our eyes.
Hey,
You understand why, right? She was trying to tell me that whatever it is, it was important. The mastermind couldn't find out. But how did Kyoko get her hands on information that could be that important?
so then,
We're finished here. She made it very clear that our conversation had come to an end. Just like usual, I didn't understand anything better than before. That was the last room to inspect, right? Guess I've seen what there is to see up here for now. But once again, nothing I found seems to make any real sense. I need to head back to the dining hall and find out what the others turned up. Blood room.
Blood room.
Red blood. One after another, everyone made their way to the dining hall. And before too long, it would appear everyone has returned. But still, it's just the 6 of us. It's barely enough for a decent volleyball team.
Just a second.
Hey, don't be a sourpuss. We gotta think positive. Besides, if even one more person dies, we can still field the basketball team.
Hey.
That's like reverse positive thinking. Anyway, there's no time to be depressed. For the sake of everyone we've lost, we have to do our best. We can stop all this group hug nonsense. We need to find out what everyone discovered.
Right.
What'd you find, Toko? What did you find, Toko?
Scooping it out. She's running away.
He has her entire head in his mouth. Hey. 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 He had her entire head in his mouth. They are some bad babies. He's still holding her down. He is just like dead weighted on top of her.
For its needing to behave. Yes.
Yep.
Hey, Byakuya, it seems like Toko wants to say something.
What?
So, why are you telling me?
Hey.
Well, because you told her to zip it or whatever? Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Jesus, man! I know you like torturing her, but come on! Well, Toko, if you want to envelop us all in your putrid breath, I won't stop you. You honor me, Master. And don't worry, I took care of the odor problem. Seriously? You're just gonna take it? Shut up! Don't interrupt me when Master and me are talking. Okay. So, what did you want to tell us? Well, I was in a classroom on the 5th floor and something caught my attention. It was this. A knife? Oh, that thing is huge! It's like Rambo size.
What?
It's a survival knife of some type. Well, what was it doing in a classroom?
Well,
How would I know?
Very suspicious.
Where are you gonna use that knife for? What are you planning to do? What are you planning to do to us?
If she planned to do anything, she wouldn't have shown it to you.
I'm not gonna do anything, I just picked it up. I don't want to leave a knife just laying around.
How about that?
I'd rather have it laying around than in the hands of a serial killer. Don't compare me to her, I'm nothing like her. Listen, more important, now that we have the knife, what are we gonna do with it? Eat it.
You know?
We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do.
what's your problem?
I don't want it anyway, it's too dangerous. So, what to do?
So then,
Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Me? Oh yeah, I totally trust Makoto to take care of it.
Okay.
And that's that. Hold on, I don't get a say.
It's all clear now.
That just shows how much they trust you. You should do as they ask. You swallowed the knife in whole, like one of those magicians. Better yet, to assert dominance over the others, you just take a bite out of the blade of the knife and start chewing. I ate a bowl of nails for breakfast. Ah, no, fuck. That messed up my throat.
You good?
Yeah. This morning I ate a bowl of nails. Yeah, so? Without any milk. Right this way. Okay, so, here you go, Makoto. They're acting like I already said yes. Fine. If there's nothing I could do, I'll just keep it in my desk drawer for now. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Hey, Toko. Do I still have bad breath? Sorry. I'm sorry, it stinks. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
You made a valuable discovery. Good job. Patrick just praised me? Hey, good for you. Oh, that's not a good thing. Must be dreaming. I've never experienced such a dream. There's a face.
Yep, that's a face.
I'm not reading that. Whenever I look at Toko these days, it makes me feel sad.
I mean, same.
Yeah.
I checked all the windows on the 5th floor, front and back. That used to be kind of Sakura's job, but anyway, no dice. There were metal plates on all the windows, just like everywhere else.
Correct.
Which means no chance of escape on the 5th floor either.
So,
But when I was looking around, I realized something about the layout of the school. What exactly did you notice about the layout of the school?
Just a second.
You took a good look around the 5th floor yourself, didn't you, Makoto? Why do you ask?
So then,
Because if you did, you might have noticed. The 5th floor is lacking something every other floor has. A staircase.
Bathrooms.
Bathrooms or a staircase up. Talking about stairs? There aren't any stairs leading up from the 5th floor. That's what you're talking about, right? Does that mean the 5th floor is the end?
correct.
We're finally starting to get a clear picture of this school. All that's left now is to solve the underlying mystery.
But
Except, isn't there a second floor of the inn?
Maybe.
But that's the hardest part. If it's hard, we still gotta do it. Yeah, Hina's right. Everything will be okay as long as we work together. I'm sure we'll make it out of this. No, not I'm sure. We absolutely will make it out, no matter what it takes. I'll save Kyoko for
Look at
last.
that nasty corn dog, and I'm just so disappointed that it just looks.
You know?
It's nasty.
Well, there's a big garden up on the 5th floor, and I found more than one thing to be worried about. A stupidly large plant, a chicken coop, and I know what you're gonna say, but a tool shed. Monokuma said it was called a Monokuma flower. Even touching it seems dangerous, so we have to be careful.
we're serious.
That is totally a man-eating plant. I'm pretty sure it's different from the one that lives in the pipe, though. Happy Mario Day.
Happy Mario Day! Perfect time to get that joke.
Anyway, that thing must benefit from the sprinkler system as much as anything else in there. Oh yeah, apparently the sprinklers come on every day at 7:30 on the dot. Yeah, remember that. You don't want to get drenched and catch a cold.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry. They say idiots never catch colds, you know? Of course not, because idiots never get wet. I think you're thinking of ducks. I'm starting to worry about you, Hiro. Can you tell me what 10 plus 10 is?
What the heck?
Hey, come on! You don't always have to call me dumb. May have been held back 3 times, but that doesn't make me stupid. But if it'll make you happy,
Hey.
I'll answer your dumb question.
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
So, what was the question again? Don't worry, you just answered it. Aw, poor Hiro. Byakuya? By the way, did any of you find it?
Find what?
The other strange room on the 5th floor? Well, no, strange is a massive understatement. The smell of flesh and fat and blood. The white outlines of countless corpses. It was more dreadful than anything I've encountered here so far. What the hell are you talking about? The smell itself was horrific, far beyond any normal murder scene. Everybody's smell, concentrated. I'm glad I didn't see it. I feel like I'm gonna barf just hearing you describe it.
But
That blood was not pink, it was red. You're correct. But it was also dried blood, which might have been the reason. The fresh blood tends to be pink.
so in other words,
I can only think of one thing. A large group of people died right there in that room. What? They just digging?
He's trying to dig her out from underneath the stairs. Because if she hides properly enough, he can't get to her.
She's just sort of laying there, and anytime he gets close, she just roars. Stop! Seriously, I'm gonna throw up.
It can't be.
Perhaps perhaps that's what was meant. They're both mesmerized. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Huh? You're thinking the same thing, then. My theory is, the mass murder that took place in that room is the incident said to have happened 1 year ago. The awful scene in that room. That was the tragedy that happened a year ago? Yeah.
In other words,
No. Precisely. The tragedy is another name for the genocide of the student body of Hope's Peak Academy.
I'm sorry, do you have this good over?
If that's true, no, it's fine.
it's all clear now.
That would explain why Hope's Peak was forced to close its doors.
Hey.
I mean, I guess that all makes sense, but it's all just so awful. Not just awful, super awfully awful. You're right. It's beyond awful. It's terrible, tragic, hopeless. But still, how is it none of us have ever heard about something like that happening? Does that mean they really did cover it up? And lastly, Kyoko.
Hey,
My concern is with the biolab. That was the only place on the 5th floor that we couldn't access. The biolab, huh? I wonder what's in there.
Could it be?
If this were like a cliche horror game, it'd be some kind of creature. The final boss, or tyrant, or... Tyrant's the name of a Resident Evil enemy. We're not in a horror game, though. Either way, we don't need to worry about it at the moment. Don't bother thinking about something that can't be understood, no matter how much you think about it.
Naturally.
Your tiny brains can only do so much, so focus on utilizing them effectively.
Speaking of tyrants and bosses, I need to get rid of Leomund's tiny hut for something else during our next long rest. Because I still have that.
Fair enough.
I have a mansion now, I don't need that shit.
I mean, I'm trying to think of. I guess since you can cast, well, you can only cast if you cast Mansion, you have to long rest before you can cast Mansion again.
Yeah.
But if you're casting Mansion and then long resting, you instantly have the ability to cast it again. So I suppose having Leomund's tiny hut for you at this point is kind of worthless. I don't really like how you said it, but what you said is probably right.
What?
No, how I said it was right too.
I
Fuck
mean,
off.
grammatically, yeah, but like...
That's everybody, right? I talked to everybody. Oh, I suppose I have to go down all of his, like, extra shit.
Oh, yeah.
There was a bunch of chickens in the chicken coop, right? That's right, 5 chickens.
I just love chickens. And I
Oh,
love
the
how
cutie face.
So cute.
The cutie face.
Oh, she's so cute.
Let's raise them up big and fat. Then we can make fried chicken. Oh, or barbecue. Decisions. Oh, how about raw? Because there's nothing fresher than raw, right? I'm pretty sure that'd kill you.
Who wrote raw on the biolab door?
You know?
Does raw mean anything, though? You notice it too, huh? The pickaxe.
What?
Huh? What about the pickaxe? Crazy Diamond. Well, there was a pickaxe in the tool shed. And the words Crazy Diamond had been carved into the handle. Haven't we seen that phrase somewhere before? Crazy Diamond. Yeah, that does sound kind of familiar, I think.
it's true.
I don't just think, I know. We've definitely seen that phrase before. Where? Ah, that's it, I remember. Oh shit, that's right. Crazy Diamond was his biker gang.
Oh, man.
It was on Mondo's uniform, on the back of his jacket. His jacket said the same thing, right? Crazy Diamond.
I see.
You're absolutely right. But why would that be on the pickaxe in the garden? Mondo must have snuck it in here and done it, right?
Not possible.
But we didn't have access to the garden until today.
That's right.
Then maybe Mondo brought it with him and when he first came, and Monokuma confiscated it? Whatever the reason, that's what stuck out to me in the tool shed. The pickaxe connected to Mondo. Well, what stuck out to me wasn't the pickaxe at all. Oh, he likes it raw. Then what did? What I noticed was the lawnmower. Thinking maybe we can use it to call for help. How are you gonna call for help with a lawnmower?
What the heck?
I don't know. Maybe I could use it to make crop circles or something.
No one's gonna see it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna make crop circles.
No one's gonna see it.
You can use those to call for help. What the heck's happened to you?
I forgot.
You weren't like this in the beginning, you know.
You know?
Well, back then my personality hadn't quite solidified yet. I love the self-irony, or not self-irony. I guess it's kind of self-irony, but like self-awareness.
Next time someone says that I didn't used to be like this, I'm gonna say, well, my personality hadn't quite solidified yet.
I didn't think it was possible, but I'm more disappointed in you now than I've ever been.
Man, I get hurt. I get told that a lot.
Well, I think that's all the new information we have for now.
Yo.
So, now what do we do? Well,
Try not to get killed.
starting today,
Oh my
you're
God.
all under my command. But before we proceed, I need to figure something out. All right. I'm going to take this knife. It was given to me. I'm going to kill Byakuya. You all know who did it. We all vote for me. The rest of you guys get to live sans Byakuya. Deal?
Sounds good to me.
Deal. He just runs at Byakuya with a knife.
And then we gotta turn around and get Toko too, because she's gonna attack us immediately.
Yeah, I get two kills. I get 2 kills. That'll leave
Everyone who's kind alone.
yeah.
Because the rest of them will actually work together.
The only problem is it'll be Kyoko dealing with 2 idiots.
Yeah.
2 halves of a whole idiot. The greatest actual grouping of people that you can ever make is 2 halves of a whole idiot.
Yep. Those are my favorite ones.
No way.
Jeez, how cocky can you be? You gotta bust through the ceiling if your head gets any bigger. He's about to bust. So, what is it you want to figure out? Kyoko's identity.
Well,
Kyoko's identity? But Kyoko is Kyoko, right? Yes, but who is she? The rest of us have a clear, definable reason for having been selected to attend Hope's Peak Academy. Hina's the ultimate swimming pro. Hiro, the ultimate clairvoyant. Even Makoto is the ultimate lucky student. More unlucky than lucky these days, but... So what about you, Kyoko? Can anyone tell me what she is? Now that you mention it, she's never told us. Well, Kyoko doesn't really like to talk about herself anyway, right? It's not a matter of what she likes or doesn't like. This is a matter of trust. Can you trust someone who is unwilling to reveal their true identity? We need to avoid raising any more unnecessary suspicion. So Kyoko, it's time you told us. I can't. What? Why won't you tell us?
Wrong.
I didn't say I won't. I said I can't.
What the heck?
Whoa, what do you mean?
So,
Because I don't remember. What? Excuse me, what?
The ultimate amnesiac.
I have no memory of what I am. You have no memory. You mean amnesia?
Yeah.
What?
But I thought you had a sense of humor. If I thought you had a sense of humor, I'd say you were joking. But if this is a joke, I'm not laughing.
this is very
Can't be serious right now, can you? I knew you wouldn't believe me. That's why I didn't say anything.
however,
But it doesn't matter. Either way, the truth will make itself clear before we're done.
What?
So you have no intention of telling us? Well, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
hey,
What are you going to do? Torture me?
She's so
Nothing
cute.
so barbaric as that.
She's so cute when she's snarky.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage in any further suspicious activity.
what?
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room.
Excuse you?
But if she gives you her room key, she can't go to sleep in her room. She'll be breaking a school regulation. And if she doesn't want that, she'll talk. It's easy. All she has to do is tell us about herself.
Look, man, it's 4 on 2. Like, we could take you. We could totally
Just
take
hold on. A threat like
That's
that.
fine.
I understand. Good. You're finally in the mood for conversation. Without saying a word, Kyoko walked right up to Byakuya and held out her room key to him.
It can't be.
You damn fool! Something did happen to her body, so it might have done something to her brain, perhaps. Yep. Why do you refuse to talk?
Because
Whether I want to or not, I can't. All I can do is keep telling you that.
So,
Maybe she really did lose her memory. If you think about it, it doesn't sound totally impossible. This is the worst school ever, where only the worst stuff happens, right? Amnesia would fit right in.
however,
The worst school where only the worst things happen? Do you really mean that?
hey,
Can you really be sure this life here has been filled with only the worst things? What do you mean? Perhaps I've said too much. Kyoko then turned her back on us and without a word began to walk away.
She's disappointed that your friendship means nothing to her. Or her friendship means nothing to you guys.
Where do you think you're going?
goodbye.
Don't worry. I'm not going to do anything to harm any of you. Those were her last words as she left. Kyoko's last words. Dining hall was silent. The only sound was the door opening and closing as Kyoko left the room.
What the heck?
What's her deal?
but
I think you went too far, taking her room key like that. For her, that was far enough. Or maybe she gets off on the attention. I can't believe her. Enjoying being yelled at.
Stop talking.
You're getting noisy again, Toko.
Come on.
Sorry, I can still hear you. The sound of your breathing, of your heart beating, it grates on me. Are you telling her to die? I mean, I know how you feel, but what's Kyoko gonna do now? Plus, the situation, it's just like before. It's no different from when everyone started accusing Sakura. And I'm no different either. Still can't stop anyone. What the hell? Why are you yelling all of a sudden?
I mean,
Monokuma!
Not
It's you!
rat.
How long have you been standing here? I'm very, very angry! Angry at what? At the thief! Yes, that's right. I'm very sad to have to tell you there's a thief in your midst. My precious. They stole it! You precious?
Teacher had such faith in you. And this is how you repay me? With betrayal?
Reality is filled with so much hardship, isn't it? No wonder people run away into their fantasies. But what the heck is your precious? Yep, Lord of the Rings reference. Shut up! I hope all of you get stuck in a hiring freeze and die penniless on the street. Damn, realistic.
What the heck?
And he's gone. The heck was that all about?
so,
He said something about his precious getting stolen.
Was it the 9?
Does anyone have any idea what that might mean? It likely has something to do with Kyoko. Huh? Who else other than her would be willing and able to steal something from Monokuma? Did Kyoko really steal something from Monokuma? But if that's true, what was it? And why would she do that? Bing bong, motherfuckers. Ding dong bing bong, motherfuckers. It's nighttime. You're all getting sealed in the into the lunchroom.
This is a school announcement.
We need to get out of here.
You know?
We can talk about this more tomorrow. About Kyoko. However, after what I just happened with Monokuma and Kyoko, I feel like there's something in the air. I would suggest you take extra precautions tonight. Stay in your rooms. Don't go wandering around.
I mean, we weren't planning on doing it anyway.
Not like we need you to tell us that.
Goodbye.
Well then, let's disperse. I'll see you all tomorrow. Following his lead, each of us went back to our rooms.
Are we just gonna silently accept that he's in charge, or are we just like letting him think he's in charge because we're tired of trying to fight?
Yeah, it's mostly the second one. Like, we're tired of having to like try and like remind him that he's not in charge. That so long as like what he's suggesting makes sense, we're fine with it. As soon as he starts suggesting things that we're not okay with, we'll just stop.
Except for, you know, Kyoko not having a bedroom.
To put away the knife that I got from Toko. I think the safest place would be in my desk drawer. But anyway, is Kyoko really gonna be okay? She can't get into her room. What's she gonna do? Isn't there something I can do? Something I can...
Yep, I had a feeling she was gonna come ask if she could stay here.
Kyoko. As I opened my eyes, I realized I'd fallen asleep without realizing it. But more importantly, did I hear the doorbell? I wanna...
Why?
Something tells me that I might need my knife. Aw, they're not gonna let me take it. Kyoko? I'll be waiting for you in the dressing room. See you there. Hey, wait, Kyoko! Without acknowledging me, Kyoko disappeared into the depths of the darkened hallway. I know we're not supposed to go out during nighttime, but I can't just not go.
Hey,
Sorry for asking you to meet me. It was so late. It's okay. I'm used to it.
correct.
Indeed.
So then,
Well then, let me get straight to the point. If it's something you can't talk about in front of the surveillance cameras, right? Does that mean it's had to do with whatever it is that you stole from Monokuma? Monokuma told us earlier that someone had stolen something from him. Was it you?
indeed.
That's right. So I was right. What did you steal?
So,
I stole this. The key? Looking at it, I could tell it wasn't just any key. It was shaped like Monokuma. It's probably the only key of its kind on Earth. Where did you get this?
so,
From the headmaster's room.
How'd you get in the headmaster's room?
You snuck into the headmaster's room? But wasn't it locked?
however,
The lock was broken. What? It was Sakura. She did it for us. She did?
indeed.
Remember what she said in her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. So Sakura broke into the headmaster's room for us,
That's right.
so that we could uncover whatever secrets lay hidden within. She did that for us. She violated the school regulations to help us. She'd already decided to die, so her last act was to defy the rules of this place.
Indeed.
I noticed the room was open after the class trial was over yesterday. But if I'd just strolled into the room, Monokuma would have noticed right away, which is why I used you as a decoy. So you asked me to meet you at the data center in order to...
Correct.
Correct. I wanted you to draw Monokuma's attention. I took the opportunity to sneak into the headmaster's room, and as a result, I found this key. Wow. Sorry. Owen Wilson. Wow. Then, what you told me about yesterday, did that come from the headmaster's room too?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
What?
I got to train somebody today.
Nice. You have a good time.
It did. She picked up on it very quickly, which is a breath of fresh air. I'm used to teaching people and everything that I say going in one ear and out the other, but she was incredibly attentive, stuck with every word that I said, and the other day she mentioned how much fun she has working here. She's had a couple of jobs before this. She worked at a Zaxby's and a Panera Bread before this, and now she's working here.
Yeah.
And she says that it is by far like the best job she's ever had.
Good.
So I would like to keep it that way.
Make sure she doesn't get a Winn-Dixie.
Indeed.
I mean, she already told me that if she can plan to not work anywhere that sells food ever again, she plans to. I was like,
Good.
that's probably a good decision. Like,
Because, like, the service
work-
industry sucks. The
food service industry is
really
fucking
sucks.
terrible.
It is.
It's so bad.
'Cause,
Whether
like-
you're a server, you work at it. Like, she told me, like, her nightmare story that she told me was that there was a customer that was about to get into a fist fight with her over 10 cents.
Wow.
That he thought that he had shorted her that she had shorted him 10 cents And literally the manager had to ask the man to leave the Zaxby's.
Wow.
Mukoto Ikusaba is dangerous. Dangerous.
In other words,
She may very well be the mastermind. Didn't Alter Ego say that the headmaster was probably the mastermind?
Wrong.
No, the headmaster isn't the mastermind. I'm sure of that. I don't have proof yet, but I have no doubt I'm right. It makes such a strong statement without proof. It's not like Yoko at all. But if it isn't the headmaster, does that mean Mukoto Ikusaba really could be the mastermind?
anyway,
Anyhoozle, this key is the one big opportunity we've been waiting for to get our hands on. Now that we've grasped it, we can't let it go, can we? Sure, but I mean, what's this key even unlock?
so
I don't know yet, which is why I need you to draw Monokuma's attention again while I go and find out. Wait, so you're planning on sneaking back in again? You can't, that's way too dangerous. You want me to draw his attention? Well, we don't actually know that there's just one mastermind, right? There's more than one person watching
is
us,
that right?
but they didn't catch me on last night, right? Maybe we just got lucky.
Hey,
Or maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Huh? Like I said, we didn't get caught last time. But as you said, maybe it was pure luck. Which is why you're going to run the experiment one more time. And if we're successful again, then what may have just been a lucky guess will be proven true. Yoko talked, she was calm and collected as ever. Couldn't help but just stand there and listen.
hey,
If it's true that the mastermind can't watch us and control Monokuma at the same time, then there would have to be a period of time where the mastermind is vulnerable. What we need to do is find out for sure if that's actually true and if we can exploit it. Maybe, but no matter what the reward, the risk is just too high. When I think that what might happen, even if we fail,
why is that?
I don't think you need to worry all that much. After all, with minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion. No restrictions have been placed on our efforts to solve the mystery. Am I wrong? Even when I look at the key, I didn't break any rules as far as I can tell. But if the mastermind decides to do something, all the rules in the world won't matter. You could just kill us without a second thought.
I see.
In that case, even if the plan fails, we'll still be able to prove or disprove that hypothesis. What? And in a moment of crisis, will the mastermind break their own rules or adhere to them no matter what?
In other words,
We gain something whether we succeed or not. Now there's no reason not to do it, right? But
if you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward.
He's right, though.
what if I like where I'm at? We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice.
Hey,
I have a feeling
Am I
Makoto
wrong?
is not happy where he's at.
Am I wrong?
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong? She wore a crown and she came down in a bubble, Doug.
I had never seen the slightest hint of fear or despair in Kyoko's eyes. Her gaze was firmly fixed on the mystery ahead, the enemy standing before us. And with that in view, she just smiled. I can't change how I feel, and I wouldn't if I could. And Kyoko took something from her coat pocket and held it out to me. What is this?
it's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it. Nothing ever happens to me.
However,
I'm not planning on dying, but there's always a chance of it. And a death without meaning is unappealing.
hey,
Please, I want you to hold on to it for me. Fine, I'll hold on to it, just because you asked me to. But I'm gonna give it back at some point. You can be sure of that.
indeed.
Yes, of course.
Hey,
Oh, and one more thing. Can't tell anyone else about what I've discovered. Sure, because then there's a chance the mastermind might find out, right?
Indeed.
Well, there's that too. You mean there's something else?
well,
It's nothing. Forget I said anything. I can't just forget that
so
easily.
then,
We both gotta stop keeping secrets. Like,
Okay, then shall
like,
we begin?
Makoto,
we both gotta stop.
I'm counting on you, Makoto. Just have to get Monokuma's attention, right? I'll give it my best shot. Hit me with your best shot. Fire a gun. I'm sorry, what? You heard me. You gotta get Monokuma's attention. Fire a gun at the headmaster's office. That's probably not the best plan if she's trying to get in there.
Fair.
And like every other time, she moved at a brisk pace as she left. What wasn't like every other time, sudden knot I felt in my stomach as I watched her walk away. It's gonna be fine. I know it. Because it's Kyoko. Talking to my friends helped me shake off some of my anxiety, and then I got to work. Hey Monokuma, you can see me, right? Get out here. I got a bone to pick with you. Then, a few moments later...
Monokuma!
Well, this is a surprise! You being the one to calling me out?
Hey!
Hey, by the way,
Most
what were you and Kyoko up to? Going to the bathhouse? Just the two of you in the middle of the night? Definitely a hot and steamy moment, wouldn't you say? So warm and wet. So wet and warm. I bet you guys. Removed to conform with local and international censorship laws.
Amazing. I really hope that's actually what they wrote and didn't actually cover that shit up, because that's fucking hilarious.
All over her, didn't you? Not gonna talk, huh? Sure, I get it. Well, whatever. Unlike you, I have absolutely no interest in late night bath scenes. Because I like to maintain a healthy life of observation, far away from X-rated exploits. Oh, so is that why there's no surveillance cameras in the bathhouse? Bullseye! Or is it maybe because the lens gets all fogged up and you can't see anything anyway? Sounds like that's the bullseye to me.
You need something?
Anyway, you went to all the trouble to get me out here. Now what do you want? There's just something I wanted to confirm with you.
Say what?
Whether I'm a mademoiselle or a dude fella.
Actually,
But in the Bear Kingdom, there is no male or female. Yes, there is. Actually, there is. Seriously?
my
Then
entire
what am I?
existence.
My entire existence. That's enough. I'll get stuck if I think it too much. So what did you really want to ask me? Oh, well, you told us earlier that your precious had been stolen. What's this precious of yours?
What do you think?
Listen, I'm sure this is a silly question. No way it's possible and all, but is that seriously why you dragged me out here to ask me? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be 100 megaton freaking kidding me. You're not gonna ask something useful, like how to get the best honey, or ursine breeding tips. This is just crazy. Are all pubescent teen boys as nutty as you? God, you're so annoying. Fine. I'll tell you. It was the key. And blank. That's it. What was that second thing? It's a blank, stupid. A secret. Fill it in yourself. Making me trudge all the way out here for that. I'd like to see what's going on in that brain of yours. Well, I'm thinking the fact that you won't tell me means that your favorite dildo was stolen. And the next time you summon me for something so stupid, I'll open up your skull and find out. I also thought, and fuck. Dropping more than a few swear words, Monokuma stormed off. Phew. I hope I kept him distracted long enough. Now all I can do is wait and hope Kyoko makes it out okay. Now she'll be fine. It's Kyoko after all. I'm sure she's fine, right? I went back to my room and laid down, doing my best to settle my nerves and get back to sleep.
Technically, she can sleep in the bathhouse if Monokuma doesn't go in there, because he doesn't know if she's asleep or not.
Monokuma Theater, brought to you by Spike Toonsoft Company Limited.
That's the name of the company that made this game. Oh, fuck. This is a 3D video. She's got big ass fucking weapons. Yeah, that, I mean, what?
Interesting.
Are we supposed to be seeing, is this supposed to be a giant Monokuma? Sakura's Revenge, the game the world has been waiting for. Unfortunately, development has been canceled. Of course, if enough people buy Danganronpa, who knows? So buy copies for all your friends. I think the sad part about that is, I think that's technically what Despair Girls is.
Ah.
Despair Girls is like a
What's new? I can't even even tell anymore.
I think the thing in the bottom left corner of the TV, I think, has a copy of that game playing on it.
Okay. The super stylish, super fashionable game was canceled during development.
But it'll start back up again if Danganronpa sells well, right?
You guys have to recommend it to your friends, too.
No, that's what I did. Yeah, Paranoia bought us all a bunch of copies of Danganronpa. We'll eventually get Despair Girls, because from what I understand, Despair Girls is a, it's not a, like, this style game. I want to say it's like a, it's basically a Danganronpa version of Senran Kagura.
You guys, I just want to say that I know I'm being a conspiracy theorist, but he said super fashionable. And so that means Junko's coming back soon, right?
Nope. You can keep wishing for it, but Junko's dead.
No, Junko's not dead.
Junko's dead. Junko's dead. Junko's dead.
It is now
She never got to
3
pose
a.m.
once.
And nighttime is
didn't.
officially over. Time to rise and shine. Get ready to greet another beautiful day.
My body feels so heavy this morning. It must be because I was up so late last night. Anyway, I need to get to the home. Sorry, I channeled a little bit of myself. Every fucking morning I go to work, when I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and I lay in bed and go, I could actually lay in bed until 5:30, right? I can take a shower in 10 minutes. It's possible. Just let me lay here for a little longer.
Poor sweet angel baby.
That is every time that I have a 7 a.m. shift.
What?
You're 1 minute late, Makoto. How do you explain this?
Maybe I had to take a shit.
Sorry, I'm not feeling so great today.
What's your
You
problem?
really think a tired excuse like that is gonna work? Are you allowed to talk again? I don't recall giving you permission. I just thought, I mean, since a day had passed, it had maybe reset. Sorry, please don't hate me. Whatever my punishment is, I'll accept it. I'll hang a sign from my neck that says bad girl and clean your bathroom with my toothbrush. If you stop making disgusting comments like that, maybe I can forgive you. Thank you, I won't make any more disgusting comments. Promise. If I do, you can stuff my mouth full of trash.
Here we go again.
As long as it's you and no one else, I don't mind. It's no use. She's disgusting to the bone.
So,
Anyway, where's Kyoko? I haven't seen her this morning.
Could it be?
Not cool. This is worse than being late for lunch, for a date, for your wedding, for anything. Maybe she's mad about what happened yesterday and she's not gonna show up anymore. Can't tell the others why Kyoko might not be here. The best thing to do right now is just keep quiet.
Very strange.
Whatever her reason, I'm curious to know what she is doing. I know she's not in her room, so...
No?
Oh yeah, you still have her key, right?
What's this?
Ah, are you looking for Miss Kitty Kitty? What do you want now? I'm right? You want to know where Miss Kitty Kitty is, right? Do you know where she is? Well, it's hard to say. You don't know either?
What?
It's because he doesn't know. That's why he's here. To try and prod us for information. Hey, don't you hate it when you ask someone what their favorite movie is? And they name some indie bullcrap?
this is very
I
suspicious.
feel like I'm getting whiplash. The way he changes subjects like that. Thank goodness. Looks like Monokuma really didn't notice. So I guess our plan went off with that just fine last night. Which could mean...
Hey,
the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. She have been right about that?
Hey!
So, was I right? We're looking for Miss Kitty Kitty. Any idea where she might have gone? We have no idea. And even if we did know, we wouldn't tell you.
What the heck?
For serious. I see.
What the heck?
Well, fine, whatever. I don't even care anymore. Sayonara, suckers! As soon as he was gone, we all glanced around at each other. So, what was that just now? Does that mean Monokuma doesn't know where she is either? It would seem that way.
You know?
Where the heck could she have gone?
Don't you think we should all I'll go looking for her?
And how would you suggest we approach that task? Even Monokuma can't seem to locate her.
Very suspicious.
Yeah, how can he not know where she is?
Yeah, totally.
So strange. Yoko must have used the key to sneak into some unknown part of the school. Somewhere even Monokuma wouldn't notice? What could it be? We spent the rest of breakfast talking about where Kyoko could have gone. Afterwards, we'd return to our rooms. I can now hang out with people, but before we do that, store. Breakfast didn't help me feel any more upbeat, that's for sure. I feel like this is more than just me staying up late last night. Free time. Store. 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 Here we go. Give me those tiddly bits.
I feel like we should go to the headmaster's office.
Ah, sounds like a bad idea.
Oh, by the way, that had nothing to do with the walkthrough. I was just wondered if it was in the walkthrough, and I checked, and it was not in the walkthrough. But I still think we should see if we can get in there.
More spaghetti balls. That's right, we have to use 10 coins just to get under 50% repeat rate now. Honestly speaking, 10 coins,
There again.
it's not worth it. Because even if I'm spending 1 coin at a time and getting a 58% chance,
Yeah.
10 58% chances is better than one 49% chance.
That's fair.
Even if I just get a shit ton of repeats, it's better for me to do this one at a time.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a lot of repeats, but simultaneously, repeats are not necessarily the end of all time. We
Yeah.
can still use them.
And bra.
Hand bra. You should get one of those for your photo shoots.
And bra.
They make it. I think it's a real life thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
That's new. An old VHS. That's also new, I think?
No.
No.
It didn't go up.
That's definitely not. That's not. That's new. It's like a samurai sword. Lucky! That's...
Chips.
Oh, that was new as well.
New, though.
That was also new. What are we gonna get this time? More spaghetti balls? Camera's not new. Lucky though. Because that's the other thing, is we're more likely to get luckies as well if we do them individually. Golden Gun's not new though.
Apparently I have the corona.
Hey!
That was a bird!
That was a little bird.
I thought that was a bomb.
Why does Paranoia have the corona?
Because he said, oh dear, I'm coughing, I might be catching it.
You never wash my hands. It's a good thing that it's basically nothing more than viral pneumonia.
Yeah. The flu is more dangerous.
That's new.
Yay!
There was an actual chart. It's apparently no more dangerous than measles. Though measles is significantly more contagious. Unvaccinated people are going to, like, a person with measles will spread measles to roughly 9 people. Whereas, hey, Big Spender, a new achievement unlocked. Will roughly contract it to 9 different people, whereas somebody with COVID-19 only goes to about 2.5.
Okay. Oh, that was new.
That was?
Yeah.
That armor's new too.
Yeah.
Cool looking armor too.
You were right. The 1 coins are doing much better for us.
Even though it's a lot of, that's also new.
Oh my god.
Even though it's still individual coins, like by the time we get to like 99%, it might be worth it to like spam to get it down. Like What percent could I get it to if I waste all my coins in one go? I can get my repeat chance down to a guaranteed new item.
Don't do it though.
I'm not doing that, but what I'm saying is like,
You
if I
could.
spent 65, I'm guaranteed to get a new item. When we get to the end of the game and we've gotten all of the other items, it'll be worth it to spend all of our coins to get a guaranteed new item every time. Even if it means spending all of our coins in one go.
Yeah.
Because when the odds become like 99.9%,
Yeah.
there's no point in doing this. We'll just guarantee a free item, guarantee a new item every time. That's new.
Of course, we got it after he's dead.
I don't think that's new.
Nope.
Nope. But anyway, I'm going to brag about my little protege today. We were in.
That is so cute.
It's very cute. We were in receiving. All right. See you in a minute, Paranoia.
Baby.
We were in receiving today, and that was where she was being trained, which is nice because I've been asking to get somebody back in receiving for a while, right? We finally got somebody back into receiving to train, and today was the day that we trained because it was freight is usually very light on Tuesdays, and it's usually something that I handle. But if I'm given, if we have somebody else who can do Tuesdays,
That was a new one.
no, that wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It
The
was?
repeat percent chance went up.
I thought that was the same thing as like the water lover.
The water lovers are lighter blue.
Ah. But we ended up, that was box balls news too. But there was this so we were receiving today, and part of the receiving process is like there are certain things that you got to learn. There were a couple of things that caught on immediately, which were before we even started, she basically just said, "Hey, I might ask what you might think are very dumb questions, but I would rather ask and figure it out immediately than sit here in the dark because I'm too afraid to have somebody think that I'm stupid."
Now that's the kind of person
Yeah,
that you enjoy training.
At first I was like I heard that and I was just like, hell yeah, okay, we're on the right foot immediately. She paid attention to everything I had to say with rapt attention. She was able to get through. Is that somebody's underwear? A double lucky. What?
Oh my gosh.
It's just fucking scissors.
We've gotten like 6 of those scissors
Just this time, yep. But so anyway, I started trading her, and
Oh, that was new.
are you sure that was just the golden.
The percentage went up.
But the
Sorry, was that a fucking bird feather? Did I just cough up a bird feather? I can't see it now. I think I just coughed up a bird feather.
that's amazing.
Well, anyway,
But anyway,
what were you saying?
a very difficult situation popped up. I kind of just said, like, whenever she first started scanning, I was like, all right, you know how to scan now. I will be right here. I promise I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be. Yes, it was. I'm gonna be right here. If you have any questions, that's new. Please feel free to ask me. Like, that's my whole purpose of being here, is I'm here to help you, make sure that you're good, but I'm not gonna do the job for you. I want you to do it herself. And she was like, I want to do it myself, which I was like, good. So I let her just kind of like do her thing and kind of get used to the whole process of receiving, right? And she comes across a box. We get them all the time. There's this brand named Plum, who for some reason on their boxes just do not provide a carton label. And we need a carton label in order to tie a PO to another. That was new. We need a carton label to tie a purchase order or PO number to an item, right? So we eventually, there's a way to find a PO using the item that was in the box. So I was like, all right, this is gonna take a minute, and it's gonna seem very complicated, but I wanna go through this like piece by piece with you, because you may have to do this again, and it's important to know how to look up a PO. Because whenever we do this, there's a way to receive these properly, and I want you to know how to do it the correct way. She was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And we went through the whole process. I showed it to her. It's like a 10 to 15.
I'm still confused why Junko does not love
The Louis Vuitton bag.
Because it's a Louis Vuitton bag.
Vice we've got already. So, she's paying attention. She's very excited about like learning what's going on. It's like a 15-step process to find the PO, which is like agonizing because it's all done on the computer, right?
Yeah.
Not a single bit of it is like when asking questions about it, it's pretty like that's new. When I'm asking questions like, hey, what are you trying to do? Well, I'm trying to find a PO. All right, look at the menus on the TV and tell me which one you think would give you a PO. And one of them is called PO maintenance. And he goes, that one. I was like, yes. When you actually like know what questions to ask, hey, we finally did get the spaghetti ball. But we ended up going through the whole thing that we normally do.
Let's get
And so we went through the whole like rigmarole of doing it, and I showed her. I was like, cool. So when this comes up again, you won't need my help, right? And she goes, I might have a question about the computer, but I know how to do everything else. And I was like, that's understandable. The computer part is like the hardest part to learn because it's just a bunch of menus. You don't click on the menus, they just have numbers, and you have to enter the menu's number to find the items in it. It's not the most like intuitive system at all, not in the slightest. Double lucky. So, receiving day goes by, and she's completely and totally fine. Like, barely asks any questions other than like legitimate ones that like we would expect her to actually ask. And then we come across another pear box or plum box, and I go, "All right, we did this. You know how to do this. I'm not going to help you until you ask me to help you. I want to see how far you can get on your own." She did everything right. It was perfect right up to she couldn't remember the number to access to change a UPC, which is the actual barcode number, to the SKU, which is the vendor's item number. She didn't remember how to get there. She knew how to do it when she got there, but she couldn't remember what the item menu item was to get there. So aside from that one thing, which is probably the most annoying part because it's kind of like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, you know what that thing is?
It's a bird bong. What?
I was gonna say it was a bubble pipe, but yeah.
It's probably a bubble pipe. That probably makes more sense. So yeah, I'm gonna dote on my coworker because she did an amazing job learning something that most people who are in receiving don't get used to. Who loves the bong?
We'll find out once we run out of coins.
I feel like Hero loves the bong.
I have the list on the next tab.
No, that's definitely a bird. I don't know what that is.
Bird
It's definitely a
something.
bird something, but yeah, I'm gonna dote on my coworker because she learned and was able to recreate something.
Water flute.
Was able to recreate the a process to find something in a way that most people who go into receiving take months to learn. She learned it the first day she went back there and was able to recreate exactly what I did.
Good for her. I have some bad news.
What?
Nobody loves the water pipe.
Aw.
Or
Water flute.
Flutes, yeah. Oh, I know what a water flute is, yeah.
What is a water flute?
It's usually shaped like a bird, and it's like a flute, but you put like a splash of water in it, and it goes, and it
it
sounds
makes
like
like
a little bird warbling.
Okay.
That's why they're shaped like birds.
Okay. That's my personal story of work today. Was just I got to train I got a very rare moment, which is that I got to train an incredibly capable employee. That's new. That's a fucking Game
That's
Gear.
a whole lot. Oh,
What?
I was gonna say Switch, but then you said, I was like, yeah, that's not a Switch. It's a little early for Switch.
It looked like a Sega Game Gear. The Game Gear was superior. That's new as well. That's a crossbow.
That's a whole ass weapon. The
So were the
percentage didn't go
swords.
up. We've gotten it before.
Maybe we just missed it last time that we got it.
Yeah. Because we have been talking this whole time.
But yeah, it's really not every day that you get a competent worker who's happy to be where they're working and excited to learn new things. That's new. So I was very happy to help her out. We got that this time around. I don't know, they kind of look like it. What if they're from that one anime, Air Gear?
Man, that was a wild show.
Air Gear was great. That's one of those animes that I, like, whenever I first watched Air Gear,
That is the cutest little book.
I watched the whole series in one of those, like, Air Gear Episode 2, Part 1 of 3 on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I watched all of Air Gear.
Yeah, 420p.
Yeah, 420p, it was like, the actual audio was in Spanish, but it had English subtitles, so it didn't matter.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Like, you can never find, like, an actual, like...
We're almost there, boys.
You could type English dub 1.5 million times over, and it wouldn't matter.
Yeah.
That's new.
Not sure what the fuck that is, but okay.
It was like a black rolled up something. It was like a burnt croissant. Are those new? No. Those are the sunflower seeds. I knew we got seeds before, but I couldn't remember what seeds we got.
Hamster Boy likes those, I think.
Lucky! Not new. Even though we got a lot of repeats, we were able to crank out
Crap ton of
significantly
new
more
stuff.
new stuff.
Because, like, we went from, like, 58 to 86.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have done that if we got, like, 10 different things.
No, not in the slightest. Even if they were 10 new things, because we got more than 10 new things doing what we just did.
Alrighty, so.
So, we know mineral cola.
None.
Cola,
Dead.
civet coffee,
Byakuya and Kyoko.
rose hip tea,
Dead.
potato chips,
Dead.
prismatic
Dead.
hardtack, black croissant, I was correct.
Dead.
Okay. Sonic cup of noodle, royal curry,
Dead.
ration,
Dead.
flotation donut,
Hina still.
but we don't have any of
And
those.
then dead.
Overflowing lunchbox,
None. None.
birdseed,
None.
kitten hair clip.
Hina, dead.
All right, everlasting bracelet,
Jack, dead. Dead. Toko,
Jack or Toko.
yes.
Okay. Love status ring,
Dead.
Zol's diamond,
Dead.
Hope's peak ring.
None. That's just I think that's just a game item.
That might be a game item, yeah. Blueberry perfume,
Kyoko,
scarab brooch,
Byakuya,
god of war charm.
dead.
That was Sakura, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Max gloves. Is that little Max gloves? Pair of boxing gloves infused with a staggering amount of passion and effort. Wearing them makes you want to throw 1,000 cross counters. Yeah,
Who do
that's
you think it was for? 'Cause they're dead.
probably Mondo
It was for Taka.
or Taka. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That also makes sense. But yeah, Little Max gloves. It's Little Mac from Punch Out. That's where the term Mac comes from. There's Little Mac. Glasses.
Read it and figure out who it is.
They say that wearing these while performing incantations will help you better speak to the target of your spell. That's Hero.
Nope, it's Toko.
Toko. Ooh.
And Kyoko likes them.
G-Sick.
Hina.
Roller slippers. Yeah, so they are. They're like Heelys, but if they were house slippers.
It was Mondo of all people who loved this one.
I mean, he was a biker.
Yeah, that's fair.
Red scarf.
Dead.
Leaf covering.
None.
Torneco's pants.
None.
Jimmy Decay t-shirt.
Dead.
Emperor's thong.
None.
Hand bra.
None.
Water lover.
Hina.
Demon angel princess figure.
Dead.
That was definitely
Yeah.
Astral
like
Boy
it.
doll.
Hina.
Hina likes the Astral Boy doll.
Yeah.
Aw. Layering scissors.
None.
Quality chinchilla cover.
Dead.
Pearlian Camera.
Dead.
Adorable Reactions Collection.
Dead.
Tumbleweed.
None.
Rose in Vitro. Kyoko
Kyo-
likes that, right?
Kyoko.
Remember Kyoko
And
likes that.
Toko.
And Toko likes that, okay. Cherry Blossom Bouquet.
Kyoko and Toko.
Rose Whip.
Dead.
Zantetsuken. I actually know what that is.
None.
I know what the Zantetsuken is. It's a demon sword that can cut the sun. Not the sun, the moon. Zantetsuken. Muramasa, the other demon sword.
None.
All we're missing now is Masamune and Kikukumanji.
None.
Ray Gun Zurian.
None.
Golden Gun.
Byakuya, but we've already
The
given
man
one.
with the golden gun. Berserker armor. Ah, it is Berserker's armor from Fate Stay Night.
None.
Donning this armor bestows the wearer with immense power, but at the cost of their soul and senses. Yeah, it's absolutely the Berserker armor from Fate Stay Night.
And interestingly enough, Jack likes it.
That makes sense.
Like
Self-destructing.
likes it, they're interesting.
Self-destructing cassette.
None. But Kyoko likes it.
Bum 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 bum.
This sounds like a game item, and I'm glad we have it, because this might be useful later.
No, it's a reference to Mission Impossible.
Oh. Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Why do you think I started singing the Mission Impossible song? A phone mat this is the silent receiver.
None.
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 Caterpillar on string. Old timey radio.
Byakuya.
Mr. Fastball.
None.
Crystal Skull.
Byakuya and Hero.
Golden airplane. See, we had this
Byakuya
already.
and Hero. Okay. I don't know why the percentage went up then.
Maybe because we had already given ours away. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe it's dependent on what we have in stock. Azura's Tears.
Dead.
Secrets of the Umplata.
Dead.
We never actually did get to hang out with Sakura, did we?
No.
Like, we tried to hang out with her literally as she was about to die.
Yep.
Millennium Prize Problems.
Byakuya.
That one was new. The Fun Plane. Hey, we finally have the system.
No one loves it. Everyone likes it.
Yeah. The newest popular portable game system. It has a high-def touchscreen and can also play music and videos, making for the perfect all-in-one media machine. It's a Vita. It's a PlayStation Vita, which Danganronpa premiered on, so...
I dig.
That makes sense. Project Zombie.
Dead.
Pagan Dancer.
None.
Tips and Tips.
Dead.
Maiden's Handbag.
Jack
Toko.
Toko.
Jack and Toko. Dildo.
Jack. I mean, that really is what it is.
Vibrator, yeah. But I don't really get the point of it. Put the switch on the bottom of and set the doll shaking. Apparently it's a kid's toy, but I don't really get the point of it. They absolutely put a vibrator in this game. The second button of a school uniform, which increases the value as graduation approaches. In a few cases, reservations are necessary.
Can we take a time out for a second? I have unlocked another memory, which has happened a lot over the last month.
Yeah, it has. What's up?
So when I was a kid, I had one of those like giant pens with like the replaceable different colored ink cartridges.
Yes.
It was like this big around and like tiny little super skinny like inserts in the bottom. It vibrated so that you would have funky lines.
It has a funky line like a little doodle.
I never knew what happened to it. I have a feeling that my parents took it away before I hit puberty because I like lost it one day. I lost it one day and I had no idea where it went and I never found it again. And I was still in elementary school when I lost it, so I'm pretty sure my parents took it away before I hit puberty.
I love that you're saying this because that has unlocked a memory for me.
You had one of those?
I did not have one of those, but I knew a girl that did, and I knew her from middle school into high school. Not like we were never interested in each other. It was like a purely platonic relationship, and at one point in time, she admitted to absolutely using that in the way that your parents feared. I mean, like when you're in middle school and just now getting probably before now getting interested and then realizing that you have essentially a small like phallic shape, long and thin object that vibrates. She said, why not?
Exactly. Like, yeah.
She said, why not? And just like did it. And she was like, it was good. It was like one of the first times that I'd ever even used anything. But that's, yeah, that you unlocked that memory for me.
Yeah. Well, you're welcome, boys.
Someone's graduation album.
None. Game item.
Vice. None. Game item, probably. Sacred
Hero.
Tree Sprig. We knew hero like that. Pumice.
None.
Ooblat.
None.
Water flute.
None. Toko likes it.
It is adorable. Look at it.
It's pretty cute.
A unique type of flute. You pour water into the base and blow into the top, which can create a variety of sounds similar to a chirping bird. Correct. The Bajobo dolls. That's Joko. Small light.
None.
Voice changing bow tie.
None.
Novelist fountain pen.
Toko.
If facts.
None.
Cat dog magazine.
None.
Meteorite arrowhead.
Hero.
An arrowhead discovered in some ancient ruins. Makes sense. Fashioned from a meteorite. They say that getting pierced by it will give you the power to see demons. It's the fucking stand arrow.
Well, shit. It is.
Da, 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 bum, ba, 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 ba. I can't sing the fucking JoJo's 4 opening.
We knew what you were trying
Da,
to do.
da, 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 da. I know that. And I also know how to do the what is it?
Oh, the pose.
Yeah, because he starts out like over here and he goes like this.
They can see like half of your body. That's it.
They don't need to see the rest of you. They know what I'm doing.
Anyway.
Anybody who has seen JoJo's Part 4 knows what I'm doing. They know it by heart. It's the best JoJo's pose because it's the only one that is allowed by the human body to do. Chin drill.
Dead.
Green costume.
None.
A man's fantasy story item. School okay, the rest of these are story items.
Yeah, the rest of them are story.
Altar
I'm so
lump.
pissed off because one of them was a fucking spoiler. I'm so pissed off. Cause like I was like, okay, what's the next one? Oh no. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, but I'm mad now, and I'm very interested to see when we get this item.
All right, the next time then, the next thing to do is figure out who we're hanging out with. We've got items for pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Do we hang out with Aoi, the last person that's actually worth hanging out with?
Yeah, definitely.
Even if we just get SP from it?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, like...
We only care about Aoi at this point. Like, yeah, Kyoko's great. She's like my number 2. But like, Aoi though. This sweet angel baby.
Also, we were correct. I was correct earlier. That was the water lover that we saw earlier.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
right. I don't know
it was-
why it went up then.
Because we didn't have any water lovers left.
Okay, that.
I think it literally keeps track of what items you have in your inventory and increases them that way.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Even if it's hard, you have to endure. Endure, endure!
Oh.
It's a quote from a famous marathon runner, Samuel Wanjiru. But every person's endurance has a limit. Should I take time to hang out with...
Yeah,
I think we need to change the pace. And when I think change the
you
pace,
got it.
I can only think 50 laps in the pool. I changed my pace with Hina in the pool. Hina and I grew a little closer today.
So we've given her the water lover and we've given her the flotation donut. Have we given her the kitten hair clip at all?
I believe so.
Okay. Then let's keep going to scroll right here. Have we given her the G-Sick?
We have given her the G-Sick for sure.
Okay. Given her the water lover. Oh, the Astral Boy doll.
Yes, Astral Boy doll. There we go. That's it. How thoughtful. This is why I like you, Makoto. I mean, not like that kind of like.
Baby.
Ah.
Baby.
This sucks. What happened to her? She seemed way more depressed than usual. Hey, Hina, what's wrong? Well, I tried to convince myself I was imagining it, but I totally wasn't imagining it. Imagining what?
I'm sick of this.
Got fat. I figured.
Oh, baby.
So fat from every angle. I hate this. I hate it.
You're not fat, you're thick, babe.
I may as well just accept and embrace my new big fatty attitude. What if I just keep getting fatter and fatter and it never stops?
I'm sick of this.
I just get disgustingly morbid obese and then nobody wants to marry me. Which
We'll
makes me
marry
depressed
you.
and I get even fatter. Eventually I can't even stand up on my own. And then I die, sad and alone. Nobody notices. I finally lose weight, but my body starts to rot. I think maybe you're worrying a little too much. Besides, as far as I can tell, you look exactly the same.
What the heck?
You're just saying that. I'm a total chub monster. I'm a perfect circle. No, seriously, I'm not just saying that. Then, still hot? Well, I mean, yeah. Really? Then I might still make it out alive? Yeah, I'm sure you'll make it out alive. Seriously.
Yeah, she's the next
But
one.
I can't relax now. I'm making an official statement. As of right now, Asahina, is on a diet. Diet?
You got it.
Just you watch.
Die.
I'm gonna get so thin, it'll scare the crap out of you. That's not good. That's called anorexia. That is also very bad. But don't overdo it, okay? Try to stop me. Made up my mind, and my willpower is rock hard. Now my resolve is even more rock hard.
You got it.
Before all that, time to get stuffed on donuts.
Baby.
Almost before she was done talking, Tina took off like a bat out of
She
hell.
always takes off like a bat out of hell. She's always got things to do.
My maximum number of skill points has increased. Hey, look at you go.
Yay.
Honestly speaking, I don't care about anybody else. Let's just continue hanging out with Hina as many times as we can.
Are we sure?
Why?
I don't know. Just because we don't know who's gonna die next, and we might need some like extra things.
At this point,
But
we've got
Kyoko.
we can't hang out with Kyoko. She's gone.
Oh yeah. Right.
So let's hang out with that. Let's continue to hang out with Hina,
You're right.
and just like maybe we can get her underwear.
Yeah. 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 You know what we doing. Yeah.
I like that. That's all it took to convince you to continue hanging out with Hina.
Perfect place to get her underwear. Come on, Paladin. Get us the underwear.
Feel a need.
Just a little bit.
Person's ability is measured by the power they display at the point where pressure is applied.
Yeah.
It's a quote from the famous baseball player Kenji Jojima. Thank you. I've been having a very dyslexic day.
Well,
It's
I
like-
mean, the fact that this is the shittiest font to read when you have dyslexia does not help.
it's very, very sans serif, which
Did you
is
know that Times
difficult.
New Roman is actually the easiest font for people with dyslexia to read?
I have actually always heard that. I haven't heard Times New Roman. When you say that, that makes sense. The one that actually comes to my mind is it's actually incredibly easy to read Comic Sans.
I mean, it really is, but no one
but, like-
professionally uses Comic Sans.
Here's the thing: there's a Comic Sans-esque font that you can put phones in. If my dyslexia were any worse, my phone would be in that font, because sometimes I'll be sitting there and I'll have to read the same thing like 4 times before I actually get it.
Yeah, totally.
What he means is that you only really see how strong a person is when they're under pressure. Under pressure. You ever played? Have you ever played plagiarism Russian roulette? It's when you put 6 songs into a playlist, 5 under pressures, and an Ice Ice Baby.
Oh.
There's another form of roulette that I play called Weeb Roulette, which is also pretty good. You do it in a set of people at a party,
Uh-huh.
and the whole thing is you set up an absolute fire playlist. I'm talking 10 out of 10, best playlist that you could ever pull out for like the most bomb-ass party, right?
Yeah.
Except you throw Fighting Dreamers in there once.
Yeah, and then when that song plays, you finish your drink.
Yes. When that song turns on, no matter how much you have left in your drink, you down it. Because if Fighting Dreamers comes on, you down it, and everybody just jams, because Fighting Dreamers is good.
Yeah.
But it is the most quintessential, like, weeb song of our generation.
Yeah, fair. Even people who've never seen Naruto know that song, or at least know of the song.
It is the most popular opening theme from them.
What is the cringiest anime song you can think of?
I can think of the cringiest anime thing that I can think of, which is the fact that I know how to sing the opening to one of the Bleach openings. Orata awai tsubasa kimi wa sukoshi aru sugiru sora ni tsuparata dakasa moraraka no tama ja nakute jibun no tama ni wararata iyo.
Cute. He's cute.
Boom, I'm a weeb.
Cute. You know what? You know what's worse?
What?
The one that always makes me sink into my seat.
Are you talking about Hitalia?
Hitalia. The
Hitalia?
Hitalia theme. Oh, it just makes me sink.
You know what anime opening will forever be a banger though? What is the name of it? I mean, yeah, that's the one. I was trying to remember the actual name of it. It's like Theory. It's like, what is it? It's like
Evangelion.
Yeah, it's the Evangelion theme, but I can't remember the name of the actual song. Like the song has a name. And I used to know it by song.
Nini mama, Nini mama.
A Cruel Angel's Thesis. That's what it was. A Cruel Angel's Thesis.
Spend time with girl.
You got it.
Okay, let's go to the pool. Swim time.
But
Oh, but don't stare, okay? I don't actually have a swimsuit, just a shirt. And when I get wet, it's kind of embarrassing.
We've swum before.
We've given you the water lover. Although I wasn't embarrassed before, but now I kind of am. I wonder how come.
She's figured out she likes us. She's figured out she likes us.
I almost spilled my wine.
spill
I was shaking my
wine.
desk. I went swimming with Hina, who seemed kind of embarrassed. Hina and I grew a little closer today. Yes, definitely. Okay, so we gave her the thing last time. We gave her the what was it called? The Astral Boy doll. Does she like anything? Does she love anything else?
Okay, let's see, so she loves. Where's everything? Okay, so we did donut. We did kitten. We did we did G6.
Mm-hmm. We did Astral Boy.
We did Water Lover.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all the things she loves.
All right. So I have an important thing to say.
Okay.
Do we try to give her the same thing that she loved again, or do we give her something that we know she likes? Because we know for a fact she likes the fun plane.
Yeah, everybody likes the fun plane.
Everybody likes the fun plane.
I mean,
It's
I
its
can also
slogan.
find things that she likes.
Her slogan
Sitting
is that
here,
everybody
right
likes the fun plane.
here. It's sitting right here. I mean, let's see.
But this is what I'm asking is, do we use today as a chance to try and give her something that we know she loves, but we've given her before? Like the Astral Boy doll? Or the Water Lover? And do we attempt to see if she likes it again? We haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and do it.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's fine.
So we
Hey,
can
Makoto.
redo- Oh,
Can I talk to you for a sec? What's up? I wanted to ask you something. Sure, what is it?
well,
I mean,
so
can you just come to my room when you get a chance? Right here is like,
okay.
see you later. Better not stand me up. Not bothering to wait for a response. Hina ran off. What's going on with her? Inviting me to her room like this. She's acting really strange. I don't have much choice, do I? Headed to Hina's room like she asked. We haven't seen inside of her room before.
Sorry.
Sorry for making you come here. I don't mind, but what's going on? Just wanted to ask you something. You promised to give me a real answer? Sure.
Well,
What do you think about me? I mean, me, as a woman. What do I think? What I'm trying to say is, do I have, you know, womanly charms?
Hell
Well, I
yes,
mean-
baby.
Wait, where is this all coming from? People have always told me how I'm not ladylike. And I mean, I can't really disagree. I'm all good at all I'm good at is sports, exercise, physical stuff. But I think maybe that's because I never actually been in love. Since I've never fallen in love, how can I say I'm a woman? So that's why I want you to be my boyfriend.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna die next.
No, I mean like not like my real boyfriend, just like a practice run. Practice run?
Cause
I'm not a woman because I've never been in love, and if I can't fall in love because I'm not a woman, it's like a vicious cycle, you know?
okay.
So my strategy is I'll do a practice run to draw out my feminine side. That's why I'll be the perfect position to fall in love. So I'm asking you, begging you, to help me practice and pretend to be my boyfriend.
Well, we're not practicing, babe.
But I mean, seriously?
But
You're the only one I can ask, Makoto. I mean, how many other guy friends do I have?
please.
Please, I'm on my hands and knees here. It won't even take that long. Really serious about it.
Yeah, it really won't
Fine.
take that long. She's gonna die.
I guess I can help for a little while. You mean it? All right. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, good question.
Kiss her.
Well, whatever. Let's just get started. Whatever.
Okay.
Here we go.
Um,
Oh, darling, you're home.
Oh,
Are you
no.
ready for dinner? Or should I get a bath going?
Oh.
Wait, Hina, that's more like a stereotypical 1950s married couple than anything. Oh, different approach then? Well,
that's terrible.
you lied to me. You said you left your wife.
Oh, baby, angel pie.
That's even worse. Really?
No way.
I mean, I can't even get a practice run, right? Was that the fatal blow? Seriously? What am I supposed to do? Just become one crazy lady who gives up on love? Hold on, let's dial it back. First of all, do you really need to go through all this practice stuff?
Cause I mean,
I told you I'm not ladylike. Even if that's true, I'd say that's just part of your charm. If you push it and get all nervous, that's totally not you, right? Personally, I think you're fine just the way you are, because I mean, that's who you are. Makoto, falling in love is supposed to be fun, right? If you stress out about it, where's the fun in that? I mean, not that I know anything about love either, so maybe that doesn't mean anything. No, it does. If it's you saying it, it does mean something. Maybe you're right. I shouldn't push it. I should just be me.
you got it.
I just have to wait until I meet the right person. Like Jason Statham. If only we could all meet Jason Statham. You have a very specific taste. I think you'll be waiting a while on that one. Anyway, thanks, Makoto. You're definitely helping lift the weight off my chest. On top of that, I kind of had fun practicing with you. Might ask you to help me again someday. No, I think that's enough practice for me. Oh, really? Then, if it wasn't practice... kidding! I'm just jerking you around. A joke, huh? Well, joke or not, I definitely feel like I've gotten a lot closer to Hina. After going through all of this with her, I think I understand her a lot better. I think we finally become friends in the true sense of the word. So, what's your type, huh? What kind of girls are you into? Huh? Don't worry about it. Aw, come on, don't get embarrassed. Hina's report card has been updated based on your experience. You just unlocked the skill ambidextrousness.
Okay.
I'm so proud that I actually could read that.
Me too.
Give yourself a pat on the back. You've earned it. Hina and I got more fired up about love than I expected, and then I went back to my room. It's nighttime now, right? Yep. Getting the chills. I feel kind of dizzy. Can't help it. I need sleep. Nighttime wasn't for a while, but I felt like my body would reach its limit. As I dropped onto my bed, I felt like falling into a bottomless pit. I was unconscious before my head hit the pillow.
Oh, it's not quite true. I didn't pass out completely.
It's more like my consciousness went dim. I weaved back and forth between sleep and wakefulness. This is me every morning.
Same.
I actually, I wake up and I'm awake enough to look over and see that it's like 4:15 in the morning, and I go, I can still be asleep. And then I try to go to sleep and I get into that half state. And the thing is, when I'm in that half state, I assume I'm the only person that this happens to. my brain goes into a weird computer mode
Okay.
where it just does analytical organization without my consent for an hour and a half.
Organizing what?
Nothing. Like, by the time that I wake up, like, it's hard to describe. It's like I'm at work and my brain is doing work. Like, my brain is doing the work that I do at work. And then I wake up and it's like, time to go.
Time to go to work.
Which is all to say. Yeah, that's probably what I was about looking like. I was restless. At some point I found myself wandering through a strange dream. And with the dream, a voice echoed across the walls in my mind.
I understand.
That voice, so familiar. It's
Understand.
me.
I understand. I should understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Huh? What am I trying to say?
Hope. This is all for hope. And that's why I have to stay. I have to stay here.
And outlive the despair. Force the mastermind to understand that somebody can live here in relative ease.
My dream just now. What? So strange. Huh?
Oh shit!
Has it really been 3 days?
No. Damn.
Kyoko?
How'd she get in here?
What did you say?
I should have made my theory. I should have said my theory out loud a long time ago.
What was your theory?
What if she didn't switch bodies? What if that's not her real name? She thinks that's her name, and this 16th student is her evil twin. Well, not like her evil twin, but like her twin that just happens to be evil.
Mm-hmm. Every day is peaceful. Every day is joyful. Happy days from the time you wake up to the time you go to sleep. Wishing only for those unchanging, unending happy days. Days of boredom repeating forever and ever. No abnormalities as far as the eye can see. Life without the tiniest speck of abnormality.
If the world were like that, I'd consider that pretty damn abnormal.
It would be, but in a good sense, in my opinion. I exist on a schedule. And without that schedule, I am dust. Much like the taste of my pop filter.
Good morning.
Yeah, my pop filter tastes like dust. Is there a dead body in my room? It took longer than usual for me to open my eyes. But a deep sigh to bring myself to the rest away. The chills, the aches, the unfathomable lethargy, it all disappeared in the night. All that was left was me, drenched in sweat. It wasn't just because of whatever bug I'd caught either. It was also the dream I'd had. The hell was that? I mean, is it even really a dream? I swear, if you're trying to do a fucking flashback to 3 seconds ago, fragments of the dream and reel them up from the depths of my memory. That's right, I remember last night. Motherfuckers did a flashback to 3 minutes ago. Came down with a fever and couldn't quite get to sleep. And I heard a voice I didn't really understand, and then all of a sudden I was awake. There was a strange person standing next to my bed wearing a mask. They were holding a knife. I wanted to say I fought them off, but I don't actually remember. I felt like my mind had been detached from my body, burning up with fever. I was somewhere far away, watching my body move on its own, and because of that, I don't remember what really happened, but still, I feel like I resisted them desperately, feverishly. After that, things go black again, and the next thing I remember... Oh god. Kyoko was there. But what would she have been doing in my room? Strange dream. No, is it really a dream? How can I possibly find out either way? It's about time.
Yeah?
Yeah. We've been streaming for 2 hours.
Right.
Let's go ahead and leave it there then.
Alright.
Thank you, everybody who came out to today's stream. This was an interesting, if not fun one. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We will be back tomorrow. I might be back earlier in the day since tomorrow's my day off. And
Wait, can we do just one thing?
sure, what?
Something I didn't even think of because I was checking to see how much longer till the next trial. Check the desk drawer.
Oh, to see if the knife is gone. Open the desk drawer and huh? It's empty. There's nothing inside. Wait, nothing inside. That's strange. As it definitely wasn't before. Positive I put the knife I got from Toko in here. Wait, that means either that knife, the knife they told me to keep safe. Knew it. I just had a feeling it wasn't a dream after all. But if that's true, this all makes even less sense. Why would someone have wanted to attack me? And who was behind the mask? Why was Kyoko? What the hell is going on? Well, I don't think I'm gonna figure it out on my own.
Okay, now we can save.
I should head to the dining hall. Then I can talk to everyone else about it.
Okay. This is terrifying noise. I'm gonna be honest.
It's the zooming in sound.
Yeah, I know.
Slash zooming out sound. Alright. Thank you everybody, once again, for coming out. I've been Paladin. This has been Megamine.
Hey.
This has been Danganronpa. We'll be back tomorrow to continue the story. But I might also be back tomorrow earlier in the day because a game drops at 11 tonight that I am interested in playing. I'm not playing it tonight because I am tired. So very tired. But early in the morning, there may be an Ori and the Will of the Wisp stream coming your way. Hope you guys are excited for that. And I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And as always, we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.